Welcome everybody to ATI Talks. This is a concept in which we interview an expert in the field on a topic related to advanced technologies. ATI stands for Advanced Technologies for Industry, and it is a project that is commissioned by EASME and DG GROW that contributes to the EU's industrial policy approach and to promote the creation of a competitive European industry. My name is Niels van der Linden. I'm a Senior Director at Capgemini Invent, and I'll be your host for the session. In this talk, we will explore the value add of technology centers, and we will discuss the added value in practice, how they work, examples of what they bring to startups, to SMEs, and also learn what others can learn from the experience in Finland. And we will do so with Lula Rosso, who is an EU Affairs Manager at VTT Technical Research Center of Finland. Welcome, Lula, and thank you very much for making time to be with us here. Please, the floor is yours to introduce yourself shortly.
Thank you. Yes, it's a pleasure to talk about advanced technology centers, because I've been a researcher for more than 13 years, and I worked in the US and the UK, and going from very theoretical subjects like molecular modeling to very applied stuff like medical imaging in clinical trials. So I got interested personally in this transfer and how to go from theory to practice, and also on the tools that they are for making the transfer. And so one of them is, of course, research and innovation funding, and I worked at the European Commission for 4 years, and now I'm EU Affairs Manager at VTT. Like you said, it's the Technical Research Center of Finland.
Great. Thank you very much, and welcome. Maybe to start off on VTT and a short introduction. I mean, the technology centers are supposed to help startups, SMEs, to cross the so-called valley of that and go from lab to market and develop new products and services. And can you explain to us what VTT does?
Yes. VTT, it's a broad multi-technology applied research center owned by the Finnish state, so has a strong public mandate where the scope is to work on the big challenges of our times and turn them in sustainable growth, jobs, and well-being for society. Everything that you can think of: the climate change, industry renewal, resource efficiency, safety and security, and a good life. And I think the reason why we are having this talk is that, among other things, VTT also operates a series of open access, state-of-the-art infrastructures that are for pilot scaling across sectors. And this has a key role in helping companies to deliver solutions that will create impact to society. And the details of some of these VTT facilities are in the ATI map, and go from pilot scale facilities for everything concerning bioeconomy, all the way up to printed intelligence, microelectronics, 5G testing, and advanced manufacturing.
Yeah, great. And I noticed VTT shows some impressive numbers. I noticed that 1 in 4, 27% of all Finnish innovations are completely or in part results of your expertise. Can you tell us a little bit more on what kind of services you offer for companies?
Yes, it's a pleasure really to work for VTT, and it's companies consider VTTs as a trusted innovation partner with a diverse expertise and a deep knowledge of the various sectors. So the aim is to help our customers to create sustainable growth and renew their business, and we work in all sorts of ways with SMEs, including R&D projects. That could be direct contracts or within, for example, a European project. It could be a proof of concept, so for the development of new technology, or as part of an ecosystem where new technology is developed together with companies that are large and small.
If you, to what extent and how easy is it for SMEs or other company startups to find you? I mean, I guess VTT is a big name in Finland.
Yes, it's a very diverse. The most important factor is always the people behind the exchange. So it's the dialogue that gets established. So it could be a meeting with our researchers or the sale personnel. It could be based on scientific publications. VTT has a large database of the VTT research publications. So through the website, but also through different technology networks, because VTT is values very much the partnership that can be established with different players, companies, but also other research centers, universities, applied universities. And so these networks that are established across Europe and beyond. And also media and social media is becoming also quite a strong source for visibility. And
can you give a typical example of one of your success stories? I'm also keen not just what the success story was and the kind of company or patent that was a result of it, but also the process, so how that works in practice.
Yes, it's very often is some deep tech company that has like a key niche in the market, and then they contact us to solve challenges that they don't have, for which they don't have excellence in house. Or it could be like a very large company that is asking VTT to establish and nurture the ecosystem around some specific development. And then afterwards, this relationship can develop and then become like continue with company specific developments to help SMEs bring their products faster to the market.
Yeah.
There are companies with niche products and sectors that are SMEs that are really active on the global market, but they need to concentrate the resources in innovation. They have constantly to innovate, and now the pressure is also to become more green and safer products manufacturing for European market and European base. So it happens that this relationship develops with the researchers and the business development managers, so that it's a constant dialogue on what could be done, what could be tested and for which industrial value chain could be tested to develop these new products that will keep the company at the edge. And what happens is sometimes also that the SMEs seconds personnel to VTT, so that they are really integrated into the project, and they bring back then the expertise for their own pilot facility when this is ready, and they are able to influence then also the decision in the company's R&D development.
Yeah, so that really stimulates the learning, I guess, also the practical.
Yes, this informal learning.
Yeah.
And transfer of skills.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah,
that's also very important.
Yeah, that's really important and hugely helpful to those companies to further grow, I can imagine. In the ATI project, there is a mapping of technology centers across Europe that you can access and navigate and so on. The aim is really to support and promote these technology centers across Europe. and also to share lessons learned and promote knowledge exchange. From your experience in VTT, what would you like to share with other TCs? Maybe those that are less mature yet, that are still growing and building?
It's the most important thing is to aim for impact and excellence, and always try to improve yourself, because the competition, of course, it's high, and from the network and from more experienced TCs, you can learn a lot.
Yeah. And are there particular things also that you might have learned from other technology centers, or how you use that collaboration?
We are constantly learning from others as well.
Really good. Yeah. Is there anything you would you mentioned making an impact, that's where you need to aim for. How is that? How do you do that in VTT?
It's about knowing what the final vision is, and wanting to change, wanted to have an impact, wanted to change how things operate, and make it more sustainable, more human friendly, and more competitive. And from this vision, then the second most important thing is the dialogue on the sector, what makes sense, what is the steps that need to be done, and from that is just the passion and the inspiration of the researchers themselves that really want to have the impact.
Yeah. So begin with the end in mind. Have a clear goal and stay tuned for the impact you want to make. Is what I learned from you, and I can imagine VTT has grown over the years. Is there maybe also something you can share from that experience that might also be relevant for other TCs?
Yes. So VTT is 80 years old, and was founded especially for providing Finland with the necessary knowledge and expertise to be able to rebuild the industry. And then it developed, taking the strengths of the Finnish, let's say, environment, the very strong bioeconomy frame of mind, the very high willingness to test digital technologies, and so on. From this strength, trying to make it as broad as possible and deliver the best possible technologies to a broader audience. So to go from Finland to the Europe, and the rest of the world also.
Great. Thank you very much.
So I guess my basic message is to build on your strengths, and then really try to make it competitive at the global level.
Yeah, great. Thanks. I think that's a great conclusion to this short interview on learning VTT and about technology centers. Is there any final comment you would like to make in this regard?
I had some points on the fact that the mapping, it's very useful for technology centers to find partners and complementary expertise, but also I think a key factor is to use it to assess the European strength to help green digital technologies to be implemented in our daily life. And then this should be used in EU and national innovation strategies and investment plans. Because of course, the technology centers are an asset for Europe, but they need investments. They need investment in technologies, in infrastructures, in networks and partnerships, and because no country can have it all, and also in people, because these competencies and skills are, is not automatic. You need to develop a special skill for technical people to be able to engage into the discussion with industry. So it's not only deep tech experience, but also the sector experience and the personal ability to communicate and relate.
Great. Yeah, I think that's a really valuable addition to this talk, and also on the value of the ATI of the TCs in general. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for your availability. And to everyone who has watched, thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for another ATI talk coming up on the topic of the value of artificial intelligence for industry. Thank you very much.